Hi friends, welcome to another tech video tutorial for configuring your VTIER storage appliance. In this video, we're going to show you how to manage your VTIER appliance using Web GUI. VTIER Web GUI is very lightweight and created with sole purpose of easier management. At VTIER, our aim is to finish any storage operation within 60 seconds. To open GUI, you have to point the browser to VTIER server admin IP address. The default user is vadmin with the password set up during the installation. When you first log in, VTIER GUI takes you to the status page. This status page tells you pretty much summary of your VTIER appliance. It tells you current CPU load, your load average. Let me now walk you through the different options it has. In the volume option, you have two drop down menus. One is the management, the other is the snapshot. If you want to create a volume, a raw volume, you have to use the management where you can see the current volumes and also create new volumes. In the snapshot option, you can create snapshot of the file systems or you can convert them to the clones. In services, you can create CIFS or NFS shares. In Access, you can create users and groups on your local VTIER storage appliance. Under diagnostics, there are different tools which can tell you the status of your VTIER appliance. You can look at the logs, you can look at the graphs. The graphs actually tell you all the network bandwidth and the current CPU utilization. Then there are like ping and op tables where you can look at current status. Under advanced, you have file editor. If you want to edit any file on VTIER storage appliance, you can do it here rather than going on CLI. And if you want to run any remote execution command, you can run it under command. And the last option is the logout. So let's start with the volume management. So this lists all the current volumes on your VTIER storage appliance. On the right side, you can see you can edit volume or delete volume. So let's click on edit volume. Under edit volume, you have two options. One, the start and stop. If a volume is started, you can stop it, then it won't be accessible anymore, or you can start a volume if it's already stopped. Let's go back. If you want to delete a volume, you can click delete volume here, but remember, this is very destructive operation. All the data will be lost on that volume and it's a irreversible change. So just be very careful with deleting volumes. So let's say I want to add a new volume. So just click on add volume. It will open a new page. Here you to define your volume name. I will choose test 123. Let's choose the size. I'll say I want to choose 10 terabyte. In the next option, you have to choose whether you want XFS, ext4 or BTFS. There are three options you can choose. I chose XFS. We always recommend XFS for high performance. So next two options are block level replication and block dedupe. You can choose any of those options and let's add the volume. Here it is, my test 123 is 10 terabyte XFS file system and is online. Now next step is to share this volume via CIFS or NFS. I will do it during the service demonstration. So let's go first our snapshot. I want to show how to take the snapshot. We have a ZFS test zpool which is configured on the system. Okay, let's create a snapshot on our zpool ZFS test. Click on plus. Name I want to give test 1 2 3 4. And if you want to take any recursive snapshots, you can choose this option and click on add. Here it is, my snapshot test 1 2 3. Now say if you want to convert this snapshot into a clone, so click on here and then action is clone. So I want this to be mounted under my current zpool and say I want 1 2 3 4 and say execute. Now my clone is created. How do I check the status? Click on the clone tab and here it is. Here's my clone and is created on this state. Now let's say I want to delete this clone. Just click on X, just delete this clone. My clone is gone. Go to the snapshot. I want to delete my snapshot. Just click on delete and delete it. Now let's go to our services menu and let's click on CIFS. These are our current shares. So let's add share for the volume we created earlier. Demo volume command. If you want to do any command, path is // choose test 1 2 3. Let's select that. Okay. And there are different Samba options. If you want to set it read only, you want to set it like browsable or not browsable, or to enable guest access. You want to give a valid username. So I choose a username which is local on VTIER server. There are other options. You can allow a host, you can deny a host. So click on add. apply changes. Now my Sama share is ready. Now let's see how we confirm test123 file system has been shared with the name demo. Let's open a network share window. Here it is. This is my VTIER server IP address and these are the shares which are present. So let's go and remove this share. Let me show you how to edit properties of this share. You can click and then choose any of those options and just save or cancel. Let's say if you want to delete this share, click on X, share is gone. Let's go to our client window and just say refresh. My share is gone. Okay, now let's look at our NFS options. I want to share the same file system under NFS. My path was wall test123. They are the authorized host or network I want this share to be mounted on. You can give a subnet or any host name. Let's say star. Any options like read write options or anything you want to add here, you can choose here. Let me choose this default options. These are my default options. Say add. Apply changes. Now my NFS share is ready. Let's see how do we confirm it. I have a Linux client machine. Let's try to mount this. Sudo here it is. It's mounted. Let me unmount it. Now let's go and remove the share. And delete the share. Say yes, okay. Now the share is gone. Let's see how do we confirm that this share has been deleted. Let's go to our Linux client machine and run the same command again. I should get a permission denied because I already removed the NFS share. Here you go, the permission denied. So my NFS share is gone. Under access you can add users and groups which are local to your VTIER server. The user, you can click on add and create a local user and then select which group it belongs to. Similar is the case with groups. You can add a group that is local. These are my current groups which are already configured on VTIER storage. If you want to add, you can just click on add group, or you can remove the group, or if you want to modify a group, you can edit a group. So this is basically to give a local user access to your shares. Under the logs, you can look at the system logs. You can see SSH, FTP logs. Under graphs, you can look at your network bandwidth utilization and your CPU load. Let's generate some network load, and let me copy some files to my Sama share. Let's see if we can see the activity on our graphs. Let's say paste. You can see we are almost close to 100 MB on a 1 gigabit network. So these options will show you the live statistics for your VTIER system. You can see how your network is doing and look at your CPU utilization. You can further drill down on your CPU side, click on the CPU load, and it'll give you statistics about each CPU. You can look at how many CPUs are there and what's their utilization. Now look at the ping. If you want to ping a particular host, if you want to ping any client machine, you can just ping it from here, from this GUI. Same is the case with ARP tables. If you want to look at the ARP tables, you want to remove the ARP tables, you can look at the routes on the system. Under advanced option, you can click on file editor and you can load a file. Say I want to add an entry to my host file or delete an entry to my host file. You can first load the file and then remove the entries from that file and then save the file. If you want to remote execute any command, you can use this option. Say I want to execute some commands, so just say date. Here it is. You can remotely execute commands. And the last option is the logout option. You can click on logout and it will take you out of your GUI. As you can see, it's very simple and straightforward. There is no heavyweight processes. It's kept very lightweight, so you can get your response to your commands very quick. This concludes our session about VTIER Web GUI. Thanks for joining us. Please also look at our other tech video tutorials to see the value of our VTIER solution. Thanks.